What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Brian. We're back again with a little something special from our good friends over at Iceman Collections. This is something that I have been excitedly waiting for so long, and it is the model kit of Origin of Lowbrow. If you're not familiar with this artwork, then you haven't been on the internet in the last 5 to 7 years, but I roughly guesstimate. But this is original artwork done by George Weber, as we see down here. And I remember seeing this. I'll give you a little bit of a backstory here. I remember seeing this on the internet. I printed out a copy of it and hung it on the wall, and with the intention of trying to find the actual artwork itself, like a lithograph, whatever. Buy that, put that on the wall for real. But over time, that print faded, and I had to recycle it. But I happened to be at Joel's one day, hanging out, talking models and what have you. And we were talking about things that could be printed. And I showed him a picture on my phone of this particular artwork. I'm like, I think it would be absolutely stunning if we could get some sort of 3D file of this to print. That would just be a lot of fun. And I looked up at Joel, and he had a little twinkle in his eye. And I knew Joel well enough at that particular time to know that when he's got that twinkle in his eye, something's up. So he goes, I can't say anything as of right now, but just be patient. So we were very, very patient and didn't say anything to anybody, and slept to the fever dreams of hope. And months later contacted us and said, you need to come over and take a look at this. So we did. We hustled over there, and this is actually one of the pre-print they had for Desert Gale Classic back in April 2024. He had some of these on display. This is one of those kits. So we went over there, we took a look at what he had, and he's like, check this out, what do you think? So first of all, here's a little piece of artwork here. Now, if you are one of the first 20 to order your kit, you will get autographed box art by the artist. So that's pretty sweet. And then if you're one of the first 100, you'll get this 4x6 card, and this will be autographed also. So that is really sweet. So I just wanted to get that off the presses there. But we go over and take a look at it, and he's got this kind of mocked up and everything. I'm like, man, oh my gosh, he's getting the sizes and everything figured out. We'll start off with the delicate bits first. So we're going to zoom in super fast here. Here we have Fred's tattoo, and you get two. Now, I don't think this is for either side. I think this is just for the one arm. And if you're like me, you're probably gonna want a second one just in case. You know, I seem to be more and more having a little bit of trouble with the decaling. So very, very happy to have that second decal in there. Well, we're going to start off with the most eye-catching piece of the entire artwork. And of course is Mrs. Wilma right there. So let's take a look at Wilma. Wilma is very, 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 very cute. Let's see here. We're going to open the baggie. Oh, you've opened it. Let's see now. She's very delicate, but there we go, guys. That is awesome. I mean, look at the printing on that. We got the little fringe flipping up there. That's really cool. Got the ankle booty material sticking off there. That's really slick. Got the stone necklace. And now up close, we can see that her eyes are actually molded, or I should say printed shut. Well, heck, as a fledgling figure painter, I'm happy about that, boy. And her pose is so that she can lean up against the car, as in the artwork. So you're going to be building the model just as the artwork represents. But that is awesome. Should be a fairly straightforward, you don't have to do any animal print or anything like that, but just have to work on your skin tones and stuff. So we're going to set Wilma to the side there. We don't want to damage her at all. She's worth the price right there. Here we have Mr. Fred. I don't think I'm going to take Fred out of the bag because there are a lot of small bits in here. But look, he's got his stogie already clenched in his jaw. We've got arms and we got hair. I love the fact that hair is printed separately from the face so that we can do a proper paint job on the hair. Here's his torso. We got little bitty legs. Look at those little legs. Oh man. So also Joel told us that this is a full detail kit. So what we're looking at is not only Fred Flintstone, it's also the engine. Ba-dum-bum. There we go. We get two sets of shades because they're so extremely delicate. We don't, if one happens to be damaged somehow, you got a fallback one. So that's great. I know personally I probably would damage them with my meat hooks while I'm trying to paint them. But just a little bit of sanding and some super glue and away you go. So there's Fred. Next up, this is cool. Check this out. These are the frame bones. Them bones, them bones. Let's dump all this out here. Here we go. So we got our seat with the non-slip peg there for Fred because they don't have seat belts then. This is printed to be like stone. Not comfortable at all. Oh my, they had it hard back then, I guess. Here's our steering stone, and you can see there's a little chip out of there. That's probably met some front teeth right there in a heavy stop at one point. So there's that. Here's our footboard. That's where the steering wheel is going to plug into there, and that's got a nice wood grain texture in that. So a nice wood grain technique would look really good on that. You might know somebody did a video on that. That's right, it was me. And then we got this. This is an interesting piece right here because this looks like it's wrapped fabric or something like that. But in the artwork, it honestly looks like it's like an exhaust tube sticking out there. I think that's really cool. It's just like, it makes me think of their phones, like the horn that they had on the phone for their phone receivers and stuff. So there's that. And then, of course, the frame bones. So here's the axle, and there's even a little bit of a cartoony style detail. I'm trying to get the camera to focus on that. We'll have to go with the lower one here. A little bit of cartoony style detail for the axle shafts. And I love the fact that it has knockoffs because, you know, all sports cars have to have knockoffs, right? Really good look. I like the feel of those. They have really good feel to those. And then we have the wheels, the good rocks. Wasn't that like in the movie? They jokingly referred to them as good rocks. I remember there was a toy that had good rock on the wheels. But we'll take out the front one there. So this is, of course, to represent the artwork, which is kind of stylized, I guess is the best way to say that. So it's going to have stylized looking wheels. Who knows? Maybe they actually couldn't make circles back then, and this is how it really looked. Who knows? But this has some great texture to it for stone. And just a little bit of sanding again, and away you go. This would be the bottom. So it's going to look, I think it's going to go that way according to the artwork. So there you go. That is just cool. I like the feel of that because that just feels like bone, you know. It's like bigger than my wrist bone. So that's the front one. Here is the rear one. Wonder what it would sound like if you had a burnout with one of these guys. That is so cool. So little dry brushing. Look at the on there. A little dry brushing, a nice wash to bring out some of the crooks and grannies that are in there. That is just awesome. I like it, like it, like it, like it. And then, oh, here's our swag bag. So we got this really cool looking Mylar style decal. On this, you know what? That's going to go on the Subaru of Fame. That's what that's going to go on. It's going on the car. Of course, check out icemancollections.com to get your copy of this kit. The due date for this is supposed to be released on July 19th, which is Friday. As of the recording of this video, that's just 1 week away. And then what we have here, let's set this back a little bit, is the coup de grace or cut de grace. And this is the top piece. So this has a lot of personality. I mean, if we take a quick look at the reference photo here, this has a lot of personality as to how mean this car is supposed to be. So here is one of two tops you're going to get. Okay, so this is extremely thin, and Joelle was talking about how difficult it is to print it. And because this is a test shot, it has a little oopsie right there. But they're really working hard to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't show up. But you can see my fingers through there. That is how thin this is. That is an amazing thing to try and print. You see how it sags down there too. It's got a little bit of a belly to it. That is really cool. And then we even have fringe sticking off the front there. So that, I mean, that's really nice attention to detail. Around back we have, of course, the iron cross, because you can't have hot rod without an iron cross. Or maybe it's a stone cross. They didn't have iron back then, but there you go. And so that's, and this even has a little bit of a texture, and it's hard to get the light on this just right, but there you go. There you go. You can see how it has a bit of a wave to it and everything. So it's supposed to be a hide or a fabric of some kind. So we're going to set that to the side. Now, if you want to go a little bit more custom, make this a little bit more yours, you also have this framework that's included in there, and it's going to come to you on all of this support system here, because it's the best way to ensure this showing up at your doorstep in the best possible condition it can be in, so that you can experiment with doing your own top type of thing, your own type of material for the top. And I have the idea, I want to try this myself, but I had the idea of using some parchment paper, something you can get from the craft aisle at most hobby centers, and crumpling that up and smoothing it back out again and aging a little bit, and then draping that on there, cutting it to fit, and using some parchment paper to try and, because the parchment paper has a little bit of a grain to it also. So especially if you buy a little bit of the better kind there, and it's super thin also, so that might actually work out in our advantage that way. So that I'm looking forward to trying that experiment out on this. But meanwhile, this is such a cool little kit. I'm really excited about this. I wanted to tell you guys about it for so long. And then finally Joelle was like, okay, you can talk to them about it. I'm like, yay. Okay, cool. So all this awesome stuff here. You might be wondering, well, what's this all going to cost me? Well, it's not going to be more than 90 bucks. Okay. Yeah, that might sound like a little bit, but this is definitely a kit that I would consider to be outside the normal realm of model car prints. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering if this would even qualify as a model car so that you can take it to a show and display it. Maybe we're going to try doing that at an upcoming show ourselves. So we'll see how it goes. It's got wheels, it's got an engine, so it should qualify, right? But there you go. All right, so a couple things to cover. We're going to go over this one more time. The first 20 people who place their order will get the autographed box art by George Weber, and the first 100 will get an autographed 4x6 postcard. Of course, autographed by George Weber himself. Price won't be more than 90 bucks. That's not including shipping. And these are due to be released on July 19th. That's a Friday. That's a week away from the day of the recording of this and posting of this video. So there you go. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off now. Y'all take it easy. Remember to jump over to icemancollections.com. Tell Joelle I said hi. Use that coupon code that we have, and we'll talk to y'all a little bit later on. Happy building, guys. And remember, kindness is never wasted. It always comes back. All right, y'all, take it easy, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.